What's up, Tech Gang? Stefan here from TechRight. Today we have the Galaxy A51 5G versus the Pixel 5. Stay tuned. What's up, Tech Gang? Hopefully you guys are having a good day today. Hopefully you guys are safe out there. So with the Galaxy A51 5G on the left side and the Google Pixel 5 on the right side, both these devices are pretty similarly priced. We only have about a $200 difference between them. So they are mid-range devices in that sense, but we're going to go and state off some of the specifications, run a benchmark, and I'm going to give you my opinions on both these devices and tell you which one I think is the better deal. Alright everyone, so starting off with the displays, the Galaxy A51 5G has a 6.5 inch display. That's going to be 2400 by 1080p, a 20 by 9 aspect ratio, and a 405 ppi. This display is also going to be a Super AMOLED screen, and it's going to be an 87% screen to body ratio, and the features we're going to have on the screen are a scratch resistant glass, which is going to be Corning Gorilla Glass 3, an ambient light sensor, and a proximity light sensor. Now moving on to the Pixel 5, we're going to have a 6 inch screen, so 0.5 inches less than the Galaxy A51 5G, and we're going to have a 2340 by 1080p 19.5 by 9 ratio, and that's going to be a 430 ppi. The screen's also going to be an OLED, so it's going to have deeper colors. It's going to have more natural colors on the eyes, and it's also going to have about an 87% screen to body ratio. Now moving on to the screen features on the Pixel 5, we're going to have a few more features, or a few more premium features than the Galaxy A51 5G. So we're going to have a 90 Hz refresh rate. We're going to have HDR video support. We're going to have scratch resistant glass, which is going to be Corning Gorilla Glass 6. So that's great to see. Corning Gorilla Glass 6 on the Pixel 5. A51 5G only has Corning Gorilla Glass 3. We also have an ambient light sensor and a proximity light sensor. So as you guys see, we get that 90 Hz refresh rate, and we also get Corning Gorilla Glass 6 on the Pixel 5. So a couple more premium features than the Galaxy A51 5G. Now moving on to the hardware, the Galaxy A51 5G is going to have the Exynos 980. The Pixel 5 is going to have the Qualcomm Snapdragon 765G. Onto the processors, the A51 5G is going to have an octa-core 22 MHz ARM Cortex A77 and ARM Cortex A55, and the Pixel 5 is going to have an octa-core 24 MHz Cairo 475. Now onto the GPU, for the Galaxy A51, we're going to have a Mali G76, and on the Pixel 5, we're going to have an Adreno 620. Now onto the RAM, we're going to have 6 GB of RAM on the A51 5G, and the Pixel 5 is actually going to have 2 more at 8 GB of RAM, so 2 more gigabytes of RAM than the A51 5G. Both these devices are going to have 128 gigabytes of internal storage, but the Pixel 5 is not going to be expandable, and the A51 5G will be expandable via micro SD card up to 1000 gigabytes. So we do have that storage expansion that we don't have on the Pixel 5 in the A51 5G. But moving on to the operating systems, on the Galaxy A51 5G, we're going to have Android 10.0, and that's going to be Samsung One UI, obviously. But we're going to have the newest and latest software on the Pixel 5, obviously, because that's what Google's famous for. So we have Android 11.0 on the Pixel 5. So it's great to see that we have the latest software on there. That's one of the other features you're going to be getting, paying a couple $100 more for the Pixel 5. Now, as far as the battery capacity, we're going to have a 4500 milliamp battery in the A51 5G and a 4080 milliamp battery in the Pixel 5. Now, both these devices' batteries are not going to be replaceable, in case anyone was wondering. And onto the charging features, the A51 5G is just going to have fast charging, and on the Pixel 5 we get a few more premium features. So we're going to have USB power delivery, we're going to have Qi wireless charging, and we're going to have reverse wireless charging on the Pixel 5. So we can charge things like headphones and other, accessories like that coincide with any of Google's products. And the max charge speed is actually 25 watts on the Galaxy A51 5G and only 18 watts on the Pixel 5, which is kind of crazy because 25 watts is insanely quick, and we don't even get that on the Pixel 5. Now moving on to the cameras, the Galaxy A51 5G is going to have a quad camera setup with our LED flash above our fourth and final camera right there. As you guys see, our first camera and our main camera is going to be a 48 megapixel PDAF camera. Our secondary camera is going to be a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera. Our third camera is going to be a 5 megapixel macro, and our fourth camera is going to be a 5 megapixel depth info camera. Now on the right side, we're going to only have a dual camera setup with the LED flash placed above one of the sensors that we find in the Pixel 5. And the main camera on that is going to be a 12.2 megapixel OIS and PDAF camera, and our secondary camera is going to be our 16 megapixel ultra wide. The quality from the Pixel 5 is going to be much better, so there's really no debate right there, to be quite honest. Moving into the video recording section, on the Galaxy A51 5G, we can record in 4K at 30 frames per second, 1080p at 120 frames per second, and 720p at 480 frames per second. Now on the Pixel 5, we can record at 4K at 60 FPS, so we have double the frame rate speed on the Pixel 5. And for 1080p, we can record the same 240 frames per second that we see on the A51 5G, albeit the Pixel 5 is going to have better camera quality on the rear for video recording. Now getting into the front-facing cameras, we're going to actually have an HDR camera on the Galaxy A51 5G, surprisingly, and our front-facing camera is a hole punch-out. As you guys can see, it's kind of hidden in that wallpaper, but that's going to be a 32 megapixel HDR front-facing camera that is capable of recording in 1080p. And on the right side, we have the Google Pixel 5, and that's going to be our 8 megapixel camera, as you guys can see in the top left corner. It's kind of hidden by one of those cool wallpapers that Google has. Now getting into the build quality of both these devices, the Galaxy A51 5G is going to have a plastic frame and a plastic back, so it's not going to feel really premium, but it's not going to feel super cheap. Some may feel that it's cheap, but in my honest opinion, there's still weight there and it still feels like a premium handset in my opinion. Now on the Pixel 5, we're going to have an aluminum back and an aluminum frame on this device, so this is going to be an all aluminum and glass device, other than a piece of material they put on the back for wireless charging, as you guys can hear. Let's go ahead and tap this right there. So they put that in there for wireless charging, so we can have Qi wireless charging on this Pixel 5. But other than that, the build on the Pixel 5 I feel is much better. I just wish it was the same size as the Galaxy A51 5G, because 6 inches for me is very, very small on a phone. Now as far as the colors go though, the Pixel 5 actually beats someone in the colors so far, which is crazy because they have a lack of colors. So for the Pixel 5, we're going to have just black, and we're going to have Sorta Sage, which is the color I'm rocking right now. And the Galaxy A51 5G is only going to have Prism Cube Black. So hopefully that changes soon, because I know people like their personalized colors. But yeah, that's how it goes. Alright everyone, so moving on to the Geekbench scores. On the A51 5G, we got a single core score of 675 and a multi-core score of 1846. On the Pixel 5, we're going to have a single core score of 600 and a single core score of 1601. So that's pretty impressive, with the A51 5G being $200 less. Now comparing the A51 5G to other devices, we're going to find ourselves in between the Redmi K20 Pro and the Xiaomi Mi 9. Now on the Pixel 5, we got a score of 600, so we're going to find ourselves in between the OnePlus 6 and the Xiaomi Redmi K20 Pro. Moving to the multi-core scores, we got a score of 1846 on the A51 5G. So we're going to find ourselves in between the Pocophone F1 and the OnePlus 6. Now on the Pixel 5, we got a multi-core score of 1601, and we will find ourselves in between the Redmi Note 8 Pro and the Xiaomi Pocophone F1. So pretty surprising results, to be quite honest. I'm just going to give you my opinion straight. You are going to be getting more with the Galaxy A51 5G for its price. You definitely get more bang for the buck with the A51 5G than the Pixel 5. So if you guys are thinking about the A51 5G and between the A51 5G and you're not really, sure about the Pixel 5, I would definitely go with the A51 5G. You guys are going to save a lot more money. The A51 5G, I believe on eBay and some used examples on Amazon are like $400, $350 right now. So they're at a very, very good deal. So in this video, the A51 5G wins for sure. But yeah, guys, tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. Obviously, the Pixel 5 has pretty premium features and other things that the A51 5G has, but I just have to go with the A51 5G because it has more bang for the buck. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please leave a like down below, as well as subscribing if you're not a part of the Tech Gang already. Also hit the notification bell if you guys want to be notified every time I do upload a new video. This has been Stefan from TechRight. Peace out, Tech Gang.